What's up, guys?
I'm Carly.
I'm Gabby.
And we're the queens of all things horror. So if this is your first time seeing our channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button to see any more of our future posts and click the notification bell to get notified every single time we post, and follow us on our Instagram at quoth.horror.
So for today's video, we are going to be doing a new segment here on Quoth called Quoth Underrated Horror Gems, and for the first movie we thought it would be extremely appropriate to do one of our favorite horror movies and underrated horror gems, Chained 2012, which is a psychological horror thriller movie.
So Chained 2012 stars Vincent D'Onofrio as Bob the serial killer, Emin Farrett as Rabbit, and Evan Bird as Little Rabbit. Okay. So this psychological horror film is about a boy named Rabbit who has been held captive by a demented serial killer ever since he was 8 years old, and there's a whole backstory that goes back to how he became abducted, and it's just so insane and crazy, and we're about to get right into it, and we are so excited.
So right off the bat, you can tell that the entire movie is going to put a huge emotional toll on you, the audience, because of how raw the movie is and how well and strong it pulls on your heartstrings, because you can see the abuse that Rabbit goes through from the demented serial killer. Physically, emotionally, mentally, it's just a lot of torture in all these different aspects, and it just plays such a heavy toll on the audience. And it's just so uncomfortable the entire time.
It's so like deranged.
It's like you watch the movie and you're like, how is this actually possible?
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like things like that happen. Things like that happen. That's another reason why we love horror so much, because they're able to kind of step over boundaries that a lot of other movie genres don't. Like they don't like cross those boundaries, and we kind of see like. Not that we want to see like the inside scoop of like what happens, but like we kind of do see like the inside scoop of what happens, like when like things like this happen, when kids are abducted, and when they like it's just so shocking to see something like that, especially if it's your first time watch for Chained.
Just keep in mind that this type of movie can be, and it is, it's very realistic looking and raw and emotional, to the point where we had to pause the movie several times. We had to catch our breath. We had to let ourselves cry because we just couldn't handle it. And we are very strong queens of horror when we watch horror movies. So this is a very rare occasion for us to feel so affected by such a movie. It was just impactful.
And also like it brought us to tears too, because it was like, how? Like all we ask is like how, like, and why. Yeah, and that's another reason why we love psychological horror as well. We bring this up a lot, but horror doesn't have to be jump scares here and there, like blood, gore, this, that. Like psychologically, like psychological horror, like it really makes you think, and you're just like, oh, like all you think is oh my god, and like why and how.
It just shows how much a person's brain affects them and their actions and how they take it out on people and torture them in so many different aspects.
So the acting in this film was absolutely phenomenal. Everything was so seamless. It all flowed. You can tell nothing was forced. Like they were just playing their part like really well. And Vincent D'Onofrio, I never know how to say his name, but Vincent D'Onofrio, he exceeded his like potential. Like he did so well in this film. Like he did so well. He did a great job as playing the serial killer, as being super aggressive and like disgusting, abusive, and just it was just, he did such a fantastic job.
He really compelled the audience into believing this is his life. And Rabbit too, the Emin, the actor that played Rabbit, their relationship throughout this entire movie bounced off of each other back and forth from the depression and sadness to the emotional and physical torture. They compelled us that this was real, this was happening, and this is why we were so affected by the movie, because the acting was out of this world.
And also, the acting added to the dark atmospheric vibes of the film. Like they did such a great job at making you feel like uncomfortable, especially like Vincent D'Onofrio. Like like he really made you feel uncomfortable, and like that's what he's supposed to do, and he did that. Like he really did that.
He really did. And also the cinematography of this movie was beautiful, inside and out.
The lighting.
the lighting was so perfectly put for the atmosphere and the settings.
Yeah, it was very like dark yellowy like
yes
tones.
Also, the movie poster's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Just really the movie's acting added to everything. The way that Jennifer Lynch directed the movie, you could clearly see her vision was put in the most perfect way.
So the pacing of this film was amazing. It was perfect. This film is an hour and 45 minutes, and that's basically almost 2 hours. And some people can't sit that long. But this film, it was slow, but not slow like dragging slow. It was a good slow. And the time span was really good too, because it showed him when he was little, when he was, you know, and as he was getting older, and it just progressed, and they like evenly cut everything up so perfectly. And it also added to the build-up of each event. And like you just kind of sit there thinking, oh my god, like what's gonna happen the next day? Like you know, like what's gonna happen the next day with you know, Bob and Rabbit.
So the character development in Chained 2012 was so powerful because you could see from start to finish in this movie how, like we said earlier, the chain of events for Rabbit and for Bob, their relationship bouncing back and forth impacted each other throughout the entire movie. With every single day, there was something new that was going on that was a heavy toll on Rabbit. Just the character development, it was so seamless, and it's very satisfying when seeing, especially in psychological horror, how characters develop from a young age with their mind to throughout the movie, seeing how it's affecting them.
Because that's like literally the whole point. Like when you think about it, like if you're doing a psychological horror film, character development should be good. Like you should know like what's happening, and like even if you don't, like at least at the end, like plot twist, we should kind of know what the character is like. There shouldn't be a lack of character development in at least a subgenre of psychological horror, because it's people, psychology, like, you know, psychology, hello.
Character development is just such a crucial element for psychological horror, because it's like, why are you going to be making a movie about the human psyche and how it's affecting the person and other people around them if you're not going to show the character in depth? This was such a deep movie with characters where you could see them in depth. Like we felt like we knew these characters on a personal level.
Yeah, and like you feel bad for them.
Oh my
you feel bad for them. Like you really sympathize for Rabbit. You sympathize for him, and it's just so sad. That's why we cried, because we felt for him.
Oh my gosh, we cried so many times, and we just had to pause because it was just too much to handle. And we never get like that, so that just goes to show you need to watch this movie.
Yeah, that's why, you know, like that's like good horror.
Yeah,
good horror.
Very effective.
Yeah. Also, the plot twist for this film, absolutely, like, just I don't need, like, I have no words.
No words. It's disgusting. How, where, why? I just what?
And like it's so upsetting. Like I don't understand. Like we don't want to like spoil it for you, so we're just gonna speak generally. So like if you haven't seen the film, then like you can like go watch it, because we really don't want to spoil it for you. But like we just don't understand why people would do things like that, especially to like your blood. Your family.
Did you
someone you love, like, or you claim to love? Like what? Like first of all, like I just don't understand. It's just the plot twist was like,
did you wake up mad one day? I don't know. The plot twist was so good because it summed up the entire movie together in the most shocking, mind-blowing way. Like it was one of the most insane plot twists we've experienced, and we've seen like billions of horror movies. So it just goes to show how creative this story was.
Yeah, and the thing is, we love this plot twist. We loved it so much, it made us mad. Like, does that ever happen to you guys when you watch any movie? It doesn't have to be this movie, but do you ever love something so much? It's like, oh my god, like, why is this happening? Like, it's just like, whoa.
How are you real?
Like, yeah, like, it's good. So it's good, and evidently we are extremely passionate about this film. We love this film, and this film needs to be talked about a lot more in the horror community. It is really
It is. Hence why the title and this is the first movie we're talking about that's an underrated horror gem, because it needs more attention.
Yeah, Jennifer Lynch did a phenomenal job at directing this and putting this all together. So shout out to you, girl. You're really
talented. So Chained 2012 left a huge impression on us because we were constantly thinking about the movie. a few days after we finished it, and even now, like we catch ourselves thinking about it sometimes. And Chained really spoke to us on such a deep level in every single aspect possible.
And this film, we just can't help but rave about it, guys. We really can't. If we ever want to recommend a psychological horror film to someone, I don't know why I'm doing a whole choreography, but if we ever want to like recommend a psychological horror film to someone, Chained 2012. That's gonna be our first on the list. Like, we really love it so much, and it deserves to be like raved about.
Yes.
And we really want to watch it again. Like, we haven't watched it in a really long time,
Yeah,
so we kind of want to watch it again after talking about it
and appreciating it.
Yeah, and
like
just like
you.
going through it. So we hope you guys enjoyed this very passionate review. We really want to start bringing awareness to a lot of underrated horror gems, because of course we all know the classics, we know the loves that we all talk about and stuff like that, but we really want to bring awareness to a lot of the underrated horror films that we watch and we don't really hear a lot of people talk about it. So this is one of them, and we can't wait to bring awareness to a lot more other horror gems. And yeah.
So in the comment section, let us know what your favorite psychological horror thriller film is, and if you guys have ever seen Chained 2012, let us know your thoughts, because we would love to hear what other people think about this movie, because as you guys know, we loved it. We thought it was perfect, beautiful, but some people might have a different opinion, so we can have a civil discussion in the comment section or through our Instagram at quilt.horror.
And also try not to leave any spoilers. If you did see the film, try not to leave any spoilers. If you do want to discuss this movie with us more in depth, you can DM us on our Instagram, and the link will be in the bio, the description. But try not to leave spoilers for other people who didn't see it, because we really want this to be like, if this is your first time watch, we really want you to
be immersed in it.
Yeah.
Fully immerse yourself in this movie.
Yeah. Like, don't be distracted, get off your phone, watch it, just watch it.
Yeah, because if you're distracted, the impact is not going to hit you like it should.
Yeah, and if you're going to watch it with someone who talks a lot, tell them to leave the room.
Tell them to shut up.
Yeah, or yeah, shut up. They can still watch it. They can still watch it. Okay, so yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video.
And we will see you next time. Bye.